Hello everyone and welcome back to another video from Freshers Now. In today's video, we are going to learn or discuss about a very crucial topic which we all face, that is common mistakes that we all do in interviews. Now, at some point of time, we have to attend interview, or this video might be helpful for the people who have already attended interviewers, because this will be helpful in knowing your mistakes and rectifying them in further interviews as possible. Now, I have jotted down some of the common mistakes that we all face, and also I personally have faced myself. So these might be helpful for you also. So now let us jump into this video and see what are those mistakes. Number one is arriving late. Arriving late in the sense it can be regarding time or place. Although you might get your offer mentioning about the place and time regarding where the interview is conducted, yet often we find ourselves in delaying in arriving at that particular place given or mentioned. It can be in regards of time or place. Time in the sense you either be arriving late to the interview or you can be arriving beforehand, which will obviously make you feel exhausted in waiting for the interview to be conducted. Place in the sense you might go at a wrong place, arrive at a wrong place, then call the person who is going to help the interviewers and then create some sort of confusion. So, on the whole, arriving late for an interview might be one of the biggest common mistake that we might face when attending the interview. Number two is dressing informal. Dressing informal in the sense going very casually to the interview. This will bring not negative impression, but it will create a sort of impression that will make the interviewer feel that you are not interested or that you are not serious in taking up your job. Now, in some cases, some of the jobs like photography or anything related to video editing or some of these kind of jobs might not require very professional outlook, but it creates a sense, but your dressing style according to the job role that you are attending creates a very impactful impression from the interview. Number three is not greeting. When you are meeting the other person, it might be anyone in the office or it might be anyone in the company in and around, make sure you are greeting them, especially when you have started the interview. Make sure you are greeting the interviewer and with a very beautiful smile on your face. Don't miss that. Number four is aggressive face expression. So when you have not understood the question properly or if you are not able to answer, make sure that you are in a face, maintaining your face expressions well. If you give a very angry look or if you give a very dull look, it will create a very exhausted feeling in the interview and that might not take further, or that will create a very low dignified thing on your profile. So that will obviously lead to a negative impression. Number five is talking too much or talking too less. So in some of the interviewers, when a question is asked to you, either you end up speaking too much by giving too much information which is not required for that question, or you will be talking too less, which will create an awkward silence. I hope this might have been faced by many of you out there. I personally faced it because at some point for some questions where I don't have answers, I sit there giving them one or two lines or giving them a statement and then sitting in silence, which will create a very awkward atmosphere. That has created a very negative impression, which means that the interviewer is no longer interested to ask me further more questions, and that was the end of the interview. So please, all of you who are going through this, make sure that you are keeping a time limit and answering to the question appropriately. Number six is using your phone. Now, when the interview is going on, there might be a round or there might be a space where you are given some particular time or a time limit to answer a particular question. So the interviewer will ask you to take 2 minutes of time or 5 minutes of time and jot down your points and then answer them appropriately. So at that point of time, when you take out your phone or any gadget with you, then it will create a very negative impression, which will make the interviewer feel that you don't have self-capability and you have reliance on something else in answering your profile. Number 7 is not knowing about the company. So when you are attending a particular company, make sure you do very good research also, not only about the company but also about the job role you are applying. I have come across some of the students and some of the recent graduates going to a particular company and not knowing what is the role they have applied for. They just went in there and then spoke just like that. They have not known anything of what they have applied to and which company they are applying to. So this question might be optional from the interviewer side, but make sure you are prepared enough in answering that question. Number 8 is being unprepared about the role. As I've already mentioned, not knowing about the company and not knowing about your role will be a drawback from your side. So make sure when you are going for the interview prepared, know about your role and also what the company wants for you to be prepared enough. The job role, the job qualities that the company needs, make sure you are jot listing down everything and then be prepared, and then you can answer them accordingly. Also, make sure that you are not by hearting all the job qualities of that particular role. Instead, connect them with your profile, connect them with your experience, and then you can answer them very easily. This is a tip that I always give for most of the students. Number 9 is negative body language, which means your body posture will give a major impact to the interviewer, which means if you stretch your legs down when you are sitting on a chair, or when you be unattentive when the interviewer is asking any questions, that will create a drawback, which means your body language will speak a lot. If you sit straight and pay attentive with a smile on your face, that will make the interviewer that you are interested for the particular role, and also it will be easy enough to be well communicative enough. If you are not being very attentive, that will create a very dull atmosphere, and also that communication or conversation will not be much fruitful enough. Number 10, which is the most important thing which you have to pay attention to. Number 10 is hesitating. If you don't understand the question properly, if you don't know the answer for that particular question, or if you have any doubts regarding the particular statement or any discussion that the interviewer is doing with you, make sure that you speak up and ask them what you have not understood. Most of the students and most of the people who are attending the interview hesitate. Either they are shy, or they feel like they don't want to ask, or they might feel that they might be under the impression that what will the interviewer think if I ask this question. These are the common thoughts that we all have. But trust me, hesitating will set you back and will not be very fruitful enough or make you satisfied enough in getting the conversation any further. So if you have any doubts or questions, make sure you ask them either end of the interview, or if the interviewer is giving any particular sort of time frame to ask something, make sure you ask everything to the interviewer appropriately. As we have come to the end of the video, make sure that you share it with your friends who are going to take up these interviews. Also, even if you have gone through some of the interviews and failed, or faced some of these common mistakes, make sure you comment down in the comment section below. Help us know what more common mistakes that you have done, so that we can all collect them together and then spread it across. Like this video and subscribe for more learning videos, and stay tuned for more videos from Freshers Now. Thank you.